All right, we're going to get started in just about 2 minutes. Welcome to the AIM Wins. Getting started training, whatever you want to call it. It's The idea is to allow people to get started immediately once you watch this short presentation this evening. So we do these Monday to Thursday at 12 o'clock noon and 10 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We do it again Friday and Saturday at 12 o'clock noon. And then on Sunday, we do it at 12 noon and then 8 o'clock. And to add another little advancement, as we've been going now for a little over a week now where we've been live. We've got a calendar that will be going up as we do these. So when somebody does come here, and if they've got additional questions, they can pick a meeting with one of our experts, and they will help get whatever challenges you might have, something that you don't understand or what have you. Again, just to try to make it as simple as possible for people. So if somebody can hit in the chat that you can hear me and you can see my screen, that would be great. All right. Well, welcome to AIM Systems. We put fun back in sports, is what I like to say. AIM is the most powerful sports speculation platform in the world. We have real-time reporting of our system. So all the games, once a game is played, gets put on our website. So at any time, somebody can scroll through the website and just kind of look at the different sports that we have. Again, the idea is just to give people as much information as possible so that it can help them make a decision to get their account funded and get started as quickly as possible, so that over the next 12 months, they can see positive returns like our users saw last year. Last year was a pretty cool year. This year, probably going to be a little different because we have the stoppage of sports. And right now, there's more sports going on in the month of August or end of July and going into August than have ever been at this time of year. So, because all these sports are kind of colliding. So it's what a lot of the professionals are saying. This is kind of a once in a lifetime scenario where there's going to be a lot of plays and a lot of opportunities. And who knows how quickly your account could grow with what's happening right now. All right. So AIM is not an investment management system and never handles your funds. The results shown above are verified against the line analysis output of the SME system. Past performance should never be taken as an indicative of future results. The results shown above cannot be taken as expectation of similar results, whether explicit or implicit. So what is the SME? Well, the SME, or the Speculative Management Engine, is a powerful AI-driven analysis tool that combines 39 unique data points, including news, athletic performance, team performance, etc., to provide in-depth automated reports. These daily reports and picks are ideal for any sports-driven industry or activity, such as sports betting, fantasy sports, team drafts, or play simulation. So the SME does all this for our professional handicappers or professional gamblers who've been doing this for over 2.5 decades now. And they take care of the reports, they take care of all that, and all they do is spit out exactly what you're going to want to play for that day and the amount to play on it based on the preferences that you set up in your account. Now, we've got really four areas that make the SME the way that the SME is. And again, all this stuff is on the website. You can go back to it later if you want to read it again. The SME analysis and provides line movement based breakdown of multiple sports being played in the same day. I'll give you an example. We had a play earlier today where when it came out, it was a total in a basketball game. It jumped from, I believe, 223 all the way to 226 by the time the game had started, or 227. That's a lot of what's happening with the SME. It's figuring out where the edge is on that side. Now, on the event sports, the SME looks at events and tournaments based scenario to create a net positive outcome scenario that can be leveraged by the user. So if we see something that looks like there's an edge on an event, then you're going to get that alert. Futures. This is where you're tying up money for a longer period of time, because most sports happen within a few hours, anywhere from 1 to 4 hours. I give you an example. There was a baseball game today that we had the first 5 innings, and that finished, I believe, in like an hour and a half. So that means if it would have won, and in this case it actually lost, you would have turned your money within that hour and a half. So the futures are a little bit longer, and they usually have longer odds. So last year we hit on a football game where, a football season, where we basically said that the San Francisco 49ers would win the NFC, which they did. It was a 2,000 to 1 shot. So our guys made really good money with that. Now, the last piece is the daily line analysis. Using data feeds from over 16 factors, the SME provides daily line analysis outputs and predicts line movement accurately in over 99% of the cases. So when you go back and look whether we win or lose a game, we're looking at what's happening. So 99% of the time, if you go back and look, you'll see that the side that we were on, even though it didn't win, because there's lots of factors that can happen, we were on the right side of the line. That's what that means. Now, you're here because you want to build your own portfolio. So how does that work? It's very simple. You're going to create an account, you're going to configure an account, and then you're going to start to multiply your account. So first step is going to be, let's go here, getting started. So we've got 3 levels, but right now you can only get in on the $79 level. And if you had signed up, which when you sign up tonight, you'll be in that thing until tomorrow, we've been giving all the plays to everybody that signed up at $79. Now, starting on Saturday, once the clock flips over, the $79 program will just be getting the plays that would be in the 79. And the whole idea is not to overwhelm you in the beginning. It's to get you comfortable. And in that 79, you're going to get somewhere between 3 to 5 plays, probably a day, or somewhere between 15 and 20 plays a week, usually. But with this over activity, with all these sports going on, there may be a little bit more. But once you feel comfortable, you can then upgrade to the $199 or the $599 after that. So all you're going to do is put your account information in, first name, last name, email, password, confirm your password. Once you've done that, it's going to take you to our payment page. $79. You're going to put in your credit card information or debit card, and your account is ready to go. You can start growing your money with AIM. Now, our users have the ability to give you a $40, we have a referral program. So if a user decides, hey, I want to give a $40 gift card to a friend of mine so he could try the service out, you can sign up for the referral program, sign up for being able to give away these $40 gift cards, and you can just start sharing it with people. We pay a 20% commission across the board. So you bring someone in, every time they make their $79 payment, you're going to get 20%. On that first month, you'll get 20% of the $39. Very straightforward, very simple. We have some other bonuses and things tied to that. If you have an interest in that, get back to the person that invited you here or the company, the marketing company that invited you here, and tell them that you'd like more information on how to get into the referral program. Now, once you've done that, you've got an account. Now what you're going to do is you're going to verify your email. This is the very important. If you don't verify your email, you won't be able to log in. Once you've done that, you'll get a second email. This email will give you a link back to the website, so you can click on that and you're ready to get started. So now we're going to log in instead of getting started. All right, I'm going to do my daughter's account today. Well, maybe I'm not going to do it. Thought I had that preset in there. Let me see. Oops. AMOND1. There we go. Nope. I guess not. All right. I guess we'll do my wife's today. Oh, I got to go back. Got to start over here. Sorry about this, guys. Sometimes. Oh, I see what's going on here. I got to go over here. I was in the test system. I knew something didn't seem right there. We were doing some testing before this, some changes that we made. Let's see. Yes. Okay. This is the good one. Yeah, there's the video. All right. So we're on the right one now. Yeah, that wouldn't have helped being on that one. All right. So let's go into, there's my daughter's account. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Okay. So as soon as you log in, first thing you got to do is configure your account. So no matter where you press here, if you haven't configured your account, it's always going to take you to configuring your account. All right, now, this is where we've got 150 years of experience of money managers that have developed this algorithm to allow you to put a number in here based on what you want to grow. So if it's $100, you put $100. If it's $1,000, you put $1,000. If it's $5,000, you put $5,000. Starting at the $79 level, I suggest people to be somewhere between $100 and $5,000 because you're going to learn. If you do make some mistakes, it's not costing you a lot of money on some of those games. Once you feel comfortable, you can then raise the level even more if you choose to. So my daughter has $1,000 in her account. Next up is the risk tolerance. The risk tolerance determines how aggressively you want to play and determines how large your risk amount is in relation to your starting balance. For example, someone with a risk tolerance of 1.5% will typically see a bet size 3 times of someone with a risk tolerance of 0.5%. The higher this value is, the more your risk and reward is. The more your risk and reward becomes. So our recommendation is in the green, anywhere between 0.75% and 1.25%. But you can go all the way down to 0.5%. If you want to just test this out with the least amount of risk, go in at 0.5%. Now, if you're someone that would like to go 5, 10, 15% in terms of your risk tolerance, can't do that here. 1.5% is the max that you can do. So once you've done that, you're going to hit next. Now, the next step is deciding how much you want to take out each month. This is the portion of your winnings that will be recommended for withdrawal every month. The lower amount you withdraw, the more capital you have for each subsequent month. Recommended withdrawal, again, is highlighted in green. So it's anywhere from 10% to 25%, but you can go to 0 or you can take it all out. We max it at 6. You would just manually do it every month if you decide to go higher than that. It's very simple. So the idea behind the withdrawal is if you're doing this on a daily basis, we want you to not only have fun, because betting on sports is fun, but also be able to make some money right now and then have the rest of your money grow for later for other things you may do. Our experts have been doing this for roughly about 30 years. And in the last 26 consecutive years, they haven't had a losing year. So this system that you're getting is the same system they've been using. The only thing different is they've now made it available to people outside of Las Vegas, where before you could only use this in Las Vegas. So now we're all set. We're ready to get started. So now all you got to do is make sure you got your notifications on so that you can be notified when we have a play. If you want to be notified on global when a game ends and know who won or lost, you could also do that. And any of these you can take and do. We preset 4 of them, but you can turn them off very easily if you don't want all those notifications. So now you're ready to go. We're going to go into available plays. We're going to take a look at what we got. So we have a game going off tomorrow between the Sacramento Kings versus the San Antonio Spurs. That has a line of -3, -110. So what we would do is we click here and we'd say, okay, I got the line at -3 and I got it at -10. The line since has moved, but my daughter had put this in earlier. So I'm going to confirm it now because we just didn't do it. But now that line is at 3.5. So if that happens in our notes section, if we go over here, I'll go back to here real quick. In our notes section here, you see where it says edge available to -215. So in that note section, it would tell you if you could do something with that 3.5. And when we go back here and look at it now, if this line had moved, well, it has. This line now has moved to 3.5, available up to -120. So what you can do is you can buy back that 0.5 point with whatever sportsbook you're using, drop it back to 3 because it says you can go up to -120. When you do that, it's going to cost you an extra 10, they call it 10 cents on the juice. So you're at -110. So now you'd be at -120 and you'd be at -3.5. So that's that way there. You don't have to skip the play. Now, if the play didn't meet that number, then what you would do, you would go and you would say, hey, I can't get the play, so I'm going to skip the play. And then basically it goes into your play history as a skip play. No problem. You didn't play anything. You didn't put anything on it. You don't have to worry about that game either way. Next, got to go to play history. Here we go. So now let's take a look at the play history. So in the play history here, you can see we've got a loss here of $20. We've got playing now, this one, and then we have a missed play. So a missed play is different than a skip play. So if you do nothing, and once the game gets graded and it's still sitting in your available plays, what will happen is it will get pushed over here into your play history, and it'll just say you missed it. And the reason why we do that is twofold. Number one, we want you to understand all the plays that were part of your subscription. So that's the first reason. And then the second is if there's ever any question at the end of a month and you're trying to figure out why our numbers say one thing and your numbers say something different, it's very easy for you to go back and take a look, because anything that you would have done, you would mark in here, and you can very easily match our record with whatever sports book you're using. And then the last piece is our IntelliTracker. So the IntelliTracker tracks everything that you do. So when you win a bet, it goes in here. When you lose a bet, it goes in here. If you change your money, your starting balance, it goes in here. If you do what I just did and go through it, even though I didn't change anything, it's going to make a notification here saying that it did. So everything that you saw in the history is also right here. Now, if you made a mistake after you saw something, you go, oh, geez, I ended up betting $20 less. All you would have to do is manually go in here and you would go, so let's say you should have in your account 12.15, 18 instead of 12.25. You just put it in and you hit update. The second reason why you might come back here and do something might be the middle of the month. Let's say for some reason the money you had in your account, you needed to use it for something else. And again, our recommendation is always, always, always only bet with what you can afford to lose, first and foremost. But also, our second recommendation always is if for whatever reason you're going to touch this money, so this money is not with your sports book, instead, it's back in your pocket, you're using it for something else, change it to the amount that you actually have with the sports book. Because what will happen, and I've seen it happen with people already, is they say, okay, well, I'm going to do $2,000, but they only throw 500 into their sports book. Now, here's what ends up happening when someone does that. So let's go back to play history here, and I'll show you a little bit of what could happen. So you can see here. I want to go here. Let's go right here, August 1st. All right, so these games are for August 1st. Okay, August 2nd here. Okay, and August 1st. So those plays came out early. You use your money to put on those plays, but that money's not going to turn until Saturday or Sunday of this week. So then you end up using up everything that's in your account. And now when we send you plays on Friday, you don't have money in your account to do those plays. That's why it's important. Whatever dollar amount you say you're going to use, that's the dollar amount that you put in with your sports book. And if you've got multiple sports books, split it evenly. That's the way I always say it. I've got 5, so I have mine split up into 5 different ones. Last thing is your withdrawal suggestion. And I'm going to go back and fix my daughter's account real quick here because I did change something and I didn't mean to do that. It should be at 1%. All right. So now let's go back here to our withdrawal suggestion. So, all right. So we've got 1 day, 1 hour, 39 minutes, 47 seconds till withdrawal time. So this is the exciting time. So now it's, hey, you got that money sitting in your sports book, and now you're going to take out whatever your percentage of winnings is. So we're going to go up here and take a look at where that's at for my daughter. So she's at $1,225.18. You saw her starting balance was $1,000. So she's got $225.18 available, and she's going to take 25, or she's going to take 20% of that out, and then the difference, she's going to go back into, well, she's not going to do this, the computer's going to do it. It's going to change her total going into next month, instead of $1,000 to be at the whatever the difference of that 20% is. Now let's just take a quick look at her IntelliTracker. Somebody had a question about this earlier, and I said I would be on the call tonight and I would show this. So let's go down here. So July 30th is where we're at. So she opened her account on initial account balance right here, July 19th. So from July 19th to right now, she's up roughly $225.18. Now, tomorrow, she'll have one more day, and whatever that number is, that's where it is. So she wasn't in for the whole month. She was just in for a couple weeks. So if you're just getting started, you're going to only be in for a day or 2 days. But at the end of the day, this is based on 12 months. So if you're making the commitment to do this, you have to start at the 79. You're going to get, if you've been on this last week or so, you saw a lot of plays. I mean, we threw, every play at you just so that you could see it. And, like we've been telling people, don't worry, you just pick a few each day, throw them in, and everything will kind of work its way out. But you could see they come at all different times because our professionals, this is what they do for a living. So when those plays are ready, anything that we send out, they're playing as well. So if it gets sent out, that means that our professionals are playing it. So they will not send us something that they're not playing. So if they're not playing it, they're not sending it to us. So just keep that in mind as you're kind of getting through this first few weeks of using our system. All right, let's see if there's any questions. Where will you post the calendar? Yes. Okay. So starting tomorrow at our 12 o'clock webinar, or getting started, we will have it in the chat. So the 12, but there is a live training with Jerry tomorrow at 12:20. No, there is. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. So you can catch it on his meeting. So we're just going to put it in the chat every time we're on now, so people can do it. The other thing is it will also the our monthly email that kind of recaps the month and talks about um, what we did, how we did, and all those good things. There'll be a link in there, and I believe they may even send it out if you're on the text group. I think they may just so that you have it, and if you have somebody that needs some one-on-one attention, you just sign up for a slot on the calendar, and you'll get some one-on-one attention. All I ask people, if you pick a time and you're going to do it and something comes up where you're not going to, the earlier you can let our experts know, the better, because they're in the middle of doing other things as well. So but other than that, everybody have a great rest of your evening, and I will, if you need to see this again, I'll be back here tomorrow at 12 noon. If you've got people you want to send, feel free to send them. I do the same thing pretty much every day. I might switch it up a little bit, but for the most part, it's everything that you're seeing today. Go through the website, show you how to get started, and answer questions that people have had. And I kind of do it as I'm going through it each day. So have a good night, everybody.